Hi, I'm Cory. I'm the older, broken half of Olio.
And I'm Yossi, the younger, broken half of Olio. So Olio is us working together to create new shapes for setters, specifically, I'd say.
That's oil in Italian.
It is. I didn't actually even realise that when we picked the name. The name itself came about. We're looking for something that visually would represent some of the holds we're doing. Yeah,
Circles and lines.
Circles and lines. I mean, all our sets so far and what we're working on are
Circles and lines.
Circles and lines, some sort of combination of the two. And it actually also means a miscellaneous collection of items. I think I wanted to be a part of those shapes that we use every day. You know, I want to help other setters be able to create some of the really amazing things that they are capable of. Create these things that, tools really, that let setters do what they do best.
For me, it was important because I feel like Yossi looks at things in a way like, okay, how can I get the most out of this? Or how can I create something different? As a setter, I think to take that and then push it into the world of shaping. Like a lot of shapers out there already are that, you know, that's not new. But I think it was a great opportunity there. So I wonder how he's going to look at it. We could possibly do something that becomes iconic. I think Yossi mentioned it, close to infancy. So I guess over a year ago that he would be really cool and special. I think he used the word special to open, to launch with a comp. It makes perfect sense. I guess it adds to the authenticity, right? It's what we do. Why wouldn't we open up like that?
It's what the holds are made for.
Are you looking forward to the comp?
I am looking forward to it, but I'm really nervous about it actually, because I feel like there's a bit of hype to it. The holds are definitely going to cut very close to arriving on time. Like, I think it's 28 days away now, and none of the holds have shipped yet. So it'll be very close. They're all meant to ship actually by the end of the week. Yeah, they need to arrive. Yeah, it is a gamble.
Could be an absolute disaster.
Could be an absolute disaster. Yeah. Yeah.
It actually is.
It is. I mean, we haven't got any of the holds.
It's not even
yet.
a joke.
Yeah.
It's actually like...
Yeah, we're definitely nervous. We actually had one entire set of polyurethane that won't make it for the comp because of moulding issues or whatnot. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully we have enough anyway that it'll be a good comp. So we've got the coins are coming, pretty much the whole range.
Yep.
Built the whole range. Gumdrops, all the fiberglass is completed, but that's the polyurethane that hasn't finished.
Sans.
Yep, then we have the Sans, which is the no-tech set. And we have a
surprise.
A surprise, yeah. Which is, I mean, it's not like they're going to see it
Yeah.
first, but we have a range of features that we're working on, and they might not be released immediately after, but we want to make sure that they're good, and then we'll unveil it. We were really careful with who we approach because we want, firstly, an experienced set team, and we want a kind of cross-section of cultures as well because this is a global brand. So we have myself and Cory, and then we have Amanda from Skyward as well, and then Ryan Henderson, who's a Scottish setter based in France, and May Nagasako, who's from Japan. The whole thing with Olio is not just the shapes that we're trying to make, but we really want to connect with the root setting community and do more things that lead towards everyone kind of working together in that way. And so it was important to us to bring very distinct, different members of the community over and have everyone kind of have this experience together.
When does setting begin?
When we get the holds.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I can imagine the scenario of they're delayed, but they're arriving on the day we start setting, and we just sit around waiting
video,
and then unpack it. Yeah. Oh no, not yet. This is a classic World Cup final round. 4 boulders, men and women. There's 5 of us, So we're each doing 1 to 2. We really wanted to make sure that the Open A competitors, we're having these like top Routesetters. We wanted to make sure that the top competitors get the most out of them as well. So we have a World Cup style qualification and then they go into a World Cup style final.
So I think we were only supposed to set with one colour, right? So I'm breaking that rule. So they look too good not to put on. I have men's four, so it's supposed to be the harder one of the round. Precision and then a fight to the top. You gotta hit it, be precise, foot on.
I think having intention with the boulder is really important, and it's usually my focus as head setter of comps. Each boulder has a very specific goal, and how we're gonna really focus in on that. So let's say one of the slabs is like precision. How precise can we get? How can we really like dial it into that feeling?
This is a women's boulder, last boulder. I think it was fight, like a bit of a struggle. I think I got one top, so hopefully like one person tops it.
So this is going to be the F1 card. It is for the girls, and the brief here is a sketchy slab. We're going to make the competitor feel insecure the whole time. So they're just going to feel like they're sliding off for the whole time, and hopefully we can make the audience feel the same. This is an Olio hold. We'll be mixing them around a little bit, so I'll be sort of using a combination of Olio holds and not Olio holds.
In this comp, it's the Olio release comp, but I have no expectation that every boulder is going to be Olio holds, because that's not how we would set. We want these to work with the other hole brands, because there's no gym in the world that is filled with one hole brand. We don't expect people to just buy Olio.
No.
But these holds, we're thinking, I'm going to pair these with this hole from this brand and this hole, and this will make sense when I'm setting. It's important to us that they're very versatile and they will work on this and this and this, and so I think when we're shaping them, it's not so much like specific moves or boulders in mind, but it's like how will the setters be able to really use these to make their vision realized.
What separates the top brands is that they are designed by people that know how to use them. They're designed by people that celebrate them on a weekly basis or celebrate other holes by using them. You got to be careful, you don't want to create a gap between you and the products that you're designing. And in celebration of that, I think the comp is a really important part of the process.
I think the quality set will be very different from the finals round because there's such a big group of people coming in and competing, and some people who have never done this kind of comp before. So we really want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to have a good experience and feel like it was all worth it, and to have a fun climb as well. And yeah, I think the Olio holds will hopefully shine through.
Right now I'm going 100% for aesthetic. I want it to look, if that lined up, it would have been perfect. Look. I want it to be a little unpretty, that people feel uncomfortable to keep looking at it. I do try my best to be different from other people who are sitting around me. So aesthetic, I want to look super different. Movement can be similar just because we're all human and we tend to choose similar moves all the time. I try to find my role in the team that are different from everyone else so that I can be some of a help in any way.
I think something as well that we both appreciate is that people do have distinct styles and they lean into it.
Whenever you come in as an outside setter, you're always doing things in a different way because the culture that you set in back home or wherever you're setting regularly is always going to be different from the culture that you arrive to. So it's interesting to see the differences.
I think we all have different perspectives for a border we look at. Like we have experienced all different things all over the years of experiencing setting. So it's actually fun to talk with them and that's how they actually look at those borders, and it's completely different from mine.
That definitely plays into the holds that we're shaping. Is like we're imagining people like me setting, but also people like anyone else, really.
We're not trying to set the boulder with the shape.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess with Olio, I feel like we tried to offer a little bit more versatility in that they are just tools.
As Routesetters, you're constantly looking for shapes that fix problems that you come across every day. So it's been kind of interesting to see what these guys have been doing, because a lot of the shapes that they put out there are kind of direct answers to questions and problems that we have on a day-to-day basis as Routesetters.
If it was a perfect comp, I think that everyone has a good time, I guess, because it's still a social comp at the end of the day. I think it's always a special moment watching finals and having 100 to 200 people crammed together watching and like screaming and experiencing the same thing together. There are some showstopper moments. I think every comp I've ever set, we try and go for something like that. So whether it happens or not, I don't know, but if it does, that's definitely a best case scenario. I mean, when they're the top athletes, that's when you really get to play with that as well. Like they're great climbers, so they know how to solve these problems. When you aren't at that level, you can come out and look at it and just go, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And then you watch them walk up it. And I think that's a great show. Like the show is really important to me. Yeah, I love those moments.
Yeah, I agree with Yoss. I think that's it. Like putting it on the line and, like I said, rolling the dice. You do your best job, but seeing it all potentially come together. Yeah, big payoff.
started shaping, actually, when the comp happens, it'll be exactly 2 years previously that we met for the first time about shaping. And I had my first little shaping session in his mini studio that was near his house. So a lot has changed since then, and so now we work together a lot more closely. We share the same studio, which is upstairs at Skywood. Yeah, it's evolved a lot, which is kind of funny because to everyone else, nothing's ever happened, you know. So it's like brand new. Well, I don't actually remember what we said for our expectations for the comp. I don't know if this will be too loud. It's probably okay. Coffee is the most important part. I can't remember what we said for our expectations, but I think it probably exceeded them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really curious to hear what we said for our perfect scenario of what would happen, because it felt like that's what happened, I think.
Yeah, it was lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went off, didn't it?
Yeah. If we weren't working on things in the future, I maybe would be nervous, but like there are sets behind you that we're working on that I'm so excited for. So I know that even if it weren't to live up to expectations, I know that it will in the future as well.